This time for DC Universe Classics Series 8, I'll be looking at Vigilante. Now, there are lots of people in the DC Universe have named themselves Vigilante. This version is the Adrian Chase Vigilante. Now, I'll come back to his backstory. Right now, I'm going to go right into his figure, get that over with, so as not to bore certain people who aren't interested in his backstory. Now, looking at him, you might think he's not that good, but he's really, yes, again, one of these figures that Mattel seems to include that you think are going to suck and be boring, but actually end up being one of your favorite figures. And this guy, I think, falls into that category. Looking at him from a distance, looks like he's a guy with white boots and white gloves with basically a ski mask and ski goggles that has come out of a gun shop. He's got, detail-wise, he's got this great belt with a holster and just time pretty solid plastic on there, and his gun, his revolver, fits into it very well, and it closes up again very nicely and sits in there snugly. Now he comes with his little mini Uzi, which I do not want to take out of the rubber band because I'm afraid it will fall apart or fall out of his hand. Doesn't look like it's too fits in there too well without that tie down, so I'm just going to keep it on there. But it's a pretty good sculpt of the mini Uzi. He also comes with this, I guess it would be like an M16 AR-15 type rifle, which suffers from a lot of weapons that Mattel has. This is the only problem that these figures have, is that these weapons are made of such a soft plastic that they bend out of shape, so you end up with looks like they melted. He holds it pretty well, but because it's so bent out of shape, it just looks really bad. That's the only, so that is a negative. So I just put it across his back. It sits back there nicely, and you don't really notice it if you display him from the front. I want to show the last weapon is his revolver. Again, it's not as apparent as in the rifle, but it does suffer from the being of that soft plastic, so you just gotta be careful with it. Now, his goggles are this clear see-through plastic, so you kind of get a hint of his eyes. There's also another little minor gripe, is that because of the way his suit is, you see all these lines. Well, you pose them and they get broken up, and it's not ideal, but I can live with it. He just really surprised me as a figure. So this is a surprisingly good figure, and I can recommend him. Not highly recommend, but I do recommend getting him if you're just getting the figures. If you're a completist, of course, you're gonna get them because you want to get Giganta and but if you're just for figures, he's a worthwhile purchase. So Adrian Chase first appears in the New Teen Titans Annual number 2, and he is, well, he first appears as the Vigilante in New Teen Titans Annual 2. He's around for a couple of issues in the regular New Teen Titans beforehand, and he's a New York City DA, and he's working closely with Robin and the New Teen Titans, and he has a run-in with the mob, which leads the mob boss to kill his family. And as you can tell, he's very influenced by the hot Marvel character at the time, the Punisher. He's injured in the blast that kills his family, and when he recovers, he decides to become the Vigilante, to take the law into his own hands, because that's the way he's going to get justice on for his family. Robin and the Teen Titans try and stop him pretty frequently. Well, I shouldn't say that. From time to time, they meet up with him, and he swings from being violent to non-violent and back, depending upon who's writing him at the time. And there are a couple of other people that become Vigilante, dressing up in the exact same getup, and he reclaims the Vigilante name and tries to stop them, and eventually he goes after somebody after a couple of years retirement, and he's really out of the game, and this guy beats him up and unmasks him on television, so his secret is ruined. And from then on, he's pretty much on the run as the Vigilante, becoming more violent. But he's a sensitive guy. He has grief over his violent acts. So, like, he'll kill criminals left and right, but he'll feel sorry for them. So he's a little bit different than the Punisher, who doesn't feel sorry at all for them. So anyway, this takes its toll on him, and he eventually commits suicide. And that's when a female Vigilante shows up in a similar outfit to him as the student of Deathstroke, the Terminator, or Slade Wilson. And most recently, the new Vigilante, which kind of has a costume that's like it's a little more, I guess you'd say, realistic, less kind of, well, I guess 80s, more, 21st century, I guess you would say. And that is actually Dorian Chase, the brother of Adrian. And of course, his powers are his expertise with weapons, and he's a martial artist. That's it. So that is all the backstory on Adrian Chase, the Vigilante. And until my next video, I'll see you.